What's up, people of YouTube? This is True Warlord here, bringing you guys another story time video on my channel as always. And today we're going to be talking about a freaky, weird, disrespectful, complete upright douchebag of a principal that I had at my school. And before you guys are like, everybody hates their principal, that's not true at all. I actually like my principal that I have now. He's a really nice guy. But our old principal, on the other hand, some of these things were hearsay. I don't know if they're 100% true, but just going off the fact that these rumors were actually made about him says something. Rumors are not made about bad people most of the time, especially not these kind and this many. So let's jump right into this. So I had a principal until about 9th grade, I think, and I'm a junior now. And so I had this douchebag principal, right? And he ended up leaving. Now I'll explain that story. In 8th grade, halfway through 8th grade, so it was about Christmas time when I was in 8th grade, and I was with one of my friends. It was lunchtime, and he kind of got up. He was going to get up, and I was standing behind him, and I had my tray, and he bumped into me, and I realized it, you know, and I was playing around with him. I wasn't mad at him. I wasn't anything like that, and I just kind of turned around, grabbed his shoulders, and sat him down at the table. But when I sat him down at the table, something happened. His foot hit something. He slipped on something. I don't know, but he fell backwards, and he hit the chair, or like the bench of the table behind us, which is what I was standing by. And he got really mad. And I don't think he was mad at me directly, but he was really mad, and his back hurt. And he went out into the hallway, and he like hit his locker, you know. And I was going out there to apologize to him and see if he was okay. Well, this douchebag principal of mine, all right, he thought that I was trying to, you know, beat him up or something. And completely, honestly, I don't blame him for thinking that just because of what happened. But when I was trying to tell him, like, hey, I'm just trying to see if he's okay, and the other person was also trying to tell him, like, you know, he's fine. He didn't do anything. Like, he wasn't trying to. There was nothing that was symboling that we were trying to fight. So, you know, this is what we were doing, and he's like shoving me backwards and pushing me into lockers. This principal is, and he's grabbing me by my shirt and pulling me around, right? And I don't know if you guys know this, but this is completely unacceptable from a principal, especially if the kid isn't doing anything wrong. So at this point, I'm already pissed off, right? And so then after the whole situation's done and over with, he decides to give me, I think it was like a week of in-school suspension. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Are you kidding me right now? What did I do to get in-school suspension? I was playing around with him. He slipped and got hurt. I didn't do anything. And I'm getting ISS. I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm not standing for this, right? So I'm like, fuck these guys. I'm going to a different school. So I went to a different school. And before I went to that school, my history teacher at the time, not the same history teacher now, was like, I'm going to make sure this guy is no longer working here by the time, you know, next year comes around or whatever. He was going to make sure he wasn't working there. And sure enough, by my freshman year, he was no longer there. So I'm going to cover a few of the other stories that have been said about this principal. And one of them is that he was very sexually attracted to the young high school girls, and he's in his like late 60s, maybe early 70s now, I don't know. And his wife was actually one of his students when he taught at another school. His wife now was one of his students when he taught at another school. And they were in a relationship while she was being taught by him. Okay, his wife is like, I want to say 30 something, and like I said, he's 60 or 70 some years old. So that should kind of tell you what kind of a person he is, all right? And then on top of all of that, here's another quick little story for you guys. Apparently in the locker room a long time ago, I'm assuming early 2000s, he was in the locker room with another student, a guy, and he coached the football team at my school at one point in time. And this guy didn't like his son. Both of this principal's sons went to the school, and he didn't like his son. And he had been saying bad things about his son, you know, which isn't acceptable. But when he was squatting, Mr. Part, or my principal, sorry, I didn't want to mention his name. This principal was standing there right behind him and shoved him in the back while he was squatting. And that's very dangerous. That can hurt a person. That can kill a person. And so there's another example of a very fucked up a very fucked up thing that he did as a principal. It only gets worse, you know, guys. I could sit here and I could think of some more stories to tell you guys, but I'm running out of time on this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. The like really helps me out, gets me out there. So does the subscription. So if you guys really like this video, please like and subscribe. The video you see on screen will be the last video that I made. Twitter and Facebook links will be down in the description as always, guys, as well as some like sponsorship stuff and all that. Anyways, guys, deuces.